Welcome to the Facerocker Podcast number 71. This week, we talk about my triumphant return from San Francisco from Game Developers Conference, G.D.C. Saw some cool stuff from NVIDIA. Valve had a lot of announcements. Unreal, just all kinds of cool gaming stuff. You guys are gaming nerds, right? You're interested in that, right? I hope, because that's what we're talking about for a lot of this. We also cover the fun exigencies of filming our ridiculous ball pit video, a ball pit video which set world records. Listen on to see why. Enough of my yammering. Time to get to the podcast. Guys, here we go. Hold on.
No, we're talking about this.
Here we go. Here we go.
I want to hear what Des is saying.
Wait. Stop. Here we go.
Why are you stopping this discussion?
Because we gotta start it. I want to talk.
But it's fun because it feels all natural, like you're just coming into a conversation.
Welcome to the
and then let it finish, and then you start it. And I want to hear about squeezing the anal gland.
Dogs
sorry,
specifically,
everybody.
not humans. They have an anal gland that fills with some sort of juice.
It's called
or
butt
serum.
juice. It's called butt
Some
juice,
sort of
Matt.
butt juice.
Yeah, it smells like an infection.
And they secrete this liquid, and like when you see dogs rubbing their butts across the carpet,
Yeah.
it's because their gland is full and it's bothering them. So you go in, you hand in the rectum,
Yeah.
and you massage
Finger
and
for-
juice. You squeeze
All right.
Like
the,
a gusher.
the anal gland,
Like a gusher.
and you juice it.
Fantastic. Well, welcome to a Facerocker Podcast.
Yeah.
See, there
Yeah.
you go. You're pretty at it.
Intro us, Matt. Intro
No,
us.
I messed it up.
I
You
know
had it at
this
the right
because I've
timing.
wikied it, and it's what the vet says. I don't do it myself. As I stated moments before we started recording, for the record, I pay a groomer to do that when Charlie gets his bath.
I mean, I wouldn't say anything against people who do. It's just saving money.
No, I
get in
don't-
there.
it's-
How much does it cost? Is that an extra add-on
that
service?
an
Part, nope,
insurance?
it's part of the process.
Nice.
Part of the process.
It's
all
in the
inclusive.
package.
It's like when you go get your car washed. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, we'll also throw in the free
It's like,
detailing.
can I get a bath and a clip? You want me to squeeze his anal gland as well? You betcha.
Excuse me, sorry. Does the anal gland squeeze cost extra? No. Part of the
No.
That's part of the
No.
standard service.
You might get that somewhere else, but not here. We never charge to massage
Sir,
your
do I
dog's
look like a
ass.
guy who squeezes my own dog's anal gland?
Do you?
Sir.
No.
Sir, we would
Or
never.
as Benji calls it, pushing his
Pushing
butthole.
his butthole.
That's where this all started. Benji.
The technical terminology.
This all started because Charlie's rubbing his butt on the carpet. And I said, Charlie, what are you doing? And Benji just goes, you got to push his butthole.
I guess I'm not the wordsmith
And I
my
heard
parents
that
had
in
hoped and
response
dreamed
to
me
you,
to
Matt,
be.
saying, I can't hear anything through my headphones. And I was just flabbergasted at where that conversation had taken a turn. I didn't know what was happening.
So we obviously thought it would be best to bring it here.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I
To
just really
you.
like this discussion.
Yeah.
Podcast listeners.
nothing like verite.
Those are the conversations happening in
You're
this
coming.
office.
You're coming into this face rocker in medias res. I'm Freddie, joined by Matt,
Hello.
Des,
Hi.
and Benji.
Hello.
And we're talking about. Well, I mean, look, if
Talking
you're
about
if you
anuses.
I think we went through the whole discussion. I think we're done.
Is that plural? A9?
I'm just saying, if you've stuck around, congratulations. Thank you all for being such
Thank you
loyal
so
fans.
much.
And not just unsubscribing out of sheer principle, the way this one started. A lot of stuff to talk about this week. I just got back from San Francisco for a very brief 2-day trip to G.D.C.
What is G.D.C. for those not in the know?
Game Developers Conference.
Yeah.
It is like
Big
E3
timers.
but for game developers, and a conference just for them. And it was good. I was saying one of the funny things about flying over there, I said this on my Twitter, was I was like looking around and it was so obvious who was going to GDC. Like you could see like everybody would have they'd have like a gaming magazine or they have like a DS or something. I was just like, man, it's so clear who it is. And the funny thing was then I kept looking at these guys. One, all guys. Two, all white dudes with like goatees or some amount of facial hair.
Yeah.
And like glasses. And someone was like, so it was like Edward Snowden. I was like, it was like an Edward Snowden lookalike contest. Was everyone was getting on this plane to go to GDC.
Handful of fedoras.
No fedoras. No
No?
fedoras. They tend to keep away from that. They'll do the North Face pullover
Okay.
or the
Yes.
you know
the
what I'm saying?
lanyard, black or gray.
Yeah, black or gray.
Mhm.
And so yeah, game development, GDC, a lot of white guys with goatees
Sounds riveting.
and e-cigs.
So
Sounds
what
like
did
the
you do there?
dream weekend.
So we
Freddie.
went to NVIDIA had an unveiling. They emailed us. They emailed me like, "Hey, we were showing something awesome. Would you like to come? Your mind will be blown." That's what they said. They said your mind will be blown.
And was it?
I'm gonna be honest.
Does it blow it?
Not really, because it
They
takes a
blow
lot
your
to blow
minds.
my mind.
There goes that sponsorship.
Listen, if you're gonna promise, here's my point. It was impressive. Here's what it was.
NVIDIA.
But you know what?
No
And
thanks.
then we come in here every week and we
I
find
will
more
say this.
advertisers.
Trying
I will
to
say
get
this.
advertisers.
No, here's what I'll say.
I
Here's what I'll
remember
say.
one time after show, Freddie screamed at me for saying like something was like okay instead of like
Pumping it
mind
up.
blowing.
Yeah.
Let me finish. No, let me finish. Let me finish.
okay.
Because
All
they
right,
See if you
promised
can dig
mind
yourself out.
blowing.
Let's watch Freddie dig
No,
himself
all
out
I'm
of
saying
this.
is this. I'm saying it wasn't
NVIDIA
mind
trench.
blowing, but it was really impressive because what they're doing is they're doing three things. They're doing a shield. It's to basically think like, okay, you paid like $99 for your Apple TV, right?
Yeah.
They're doing essentially that plus it's a console that has twice the power of the original Xbox 360
Get out.
for $200. So the idea is like, okay, do you want to do like, you have an Apple TV they can also play games on. You can play like 360 level games on, and they have some exclusives coming out for it. And on top of that, they're doing a streaming service. So like think on live, but apparently it works. Apparently they've been like their whole company's been devoted to try and solve this problem of end-to-end streaming and latency issues with that, and apparently they have something that works. So I'm actually very curious to try it. It was very difficult to try it out when we were at the thing because they had like event Wi-Fi and stuff, so
Yeah.
you didn't really have a good sense of it. And everyone obviously in that building was connecting through it.
Yeah.
So, but from what I could see, it seemed to work really well. Like I was
All right.
surprised. It was supposed
Well,
to be 1080p 60
Yeah.
at high, and it's like PC games at highest settings that are streamed to your $200.
So it's like
Shield
on live?
device. It's like on live, but
What happened with On Live? Is it still alive?
gone.
Gone?
Ran out of money.
Really?
Out of business.
If
It
this
had a lot of
podcast
issues.
hasn't burned any bridges, we should get one of those up here and take it for a test drive.
Well,
No-
for
no
only
way,
$200.
We've burned every bit.
Yeah,
Yeah, on live is gone. But again, it was interesting because I think they're touching on something which nobody's quite figuring out quite yet, which is the idea of like I don't want to keep upgrading my stuff. Wait, wouldn't it be easier for something else, like the cloud, to do the processing for a computer game, and I get the results of that? And
It's
it's
all
funny.
based off of internet latency.
Internet latency, but also the other thing is I think Valve had a very clever solution that they announced, which was they're doing the same thing, but in your living room, right? So that the idea is that you're
Valve.
yeah, clever.
Yeah.
It's actually super clever. What the idea is that you have a device that you can plug into your TV, and it'll take the stream from your computer, which is just across the room or just across your house,
Yeah,
and they eliminate a lot of the latency issues. Of course, you need a good PC
sure.
to get that over there, but
That's
the
clever.
Did
That's
Valve
clever.
have
Clever.
Did Valve have their Oculus?
They do. They had it there. People were saying it was mind blowing. I did not get a chance to demo it.
Their
which-
trailer was a blast.
Their trailer was ridiculous.
I have not
Their
seen
trailer
this.
was like watching like Gamer. Like their trailer was like the sci-fi futuristic.
But what's fun is it's ridiculous. It's kind of like a perfume commercial level, just like this is like nonsense and just images. But I gotta say, like VR's been around for like 2 years. I think that was the first one that kind of sold it on a commercial level of just like this is what it will feel like. You're just inside these forests and inside like the ocean and stuff like that. It looks pretty
I
cool.
want it.
people are saying the
You
fact
gotta
that you
get the
can.
dev kit.
Give me that and Battlefront, and I'll never leave the house.
If
again.
it was like Lawnmower Man, then that'd be cool.
You're going
It's gonna
straight
be
to the
better than
Lawnmower
Lawnmower
Man.
Man.
The idea is that-
was kind of shitty.
the idea is to go better than Lawnmower Man.
Yeah, I mean cell phones are better than Lawnmower
Pretty simple
Man.
polygons floating around.
Yeah, I think you're
That's pretty
you're
wild.
gonna be impressed. Then. Don't worry, Benji.
I'll be happy.
You're gonna be
Mine will be
happy.
blown.
If Lawnmower Man is your basis, then boy, oh boy, is there a whole
Didn't you
world.
try the Oculus in the office?
I never got a chance to
You
do
never
it.
tried what? Really?
Wait, what?
No, I never. You guys were all talking about the sweet space thing. I never got to do it.
So you never
Just
even
like
put
I
it on?
never got to see The Office. I don't know what's happening. You guys never include me.
You know
always
what?
hide in the
Okay,
back.
after this, we're gonna go set
Yeah.
you
I
up
I thought
on the
we don't even
Oculus.
have an Oculus anymore.
We do.
We didn't get rid of it. But
Oh.
screw it now. We want the
Yeah,
Valve one.
you guys, isn't there one
We
where
need a
they
dev
do
kit.
something
Hey,
where
real
like
quick,
shows
I
you how
just
big
want-
the scale of the universe is
Yeah.
or something?
Yeah, it's-
I've never,
it-
and
yeah,
it sounds
jaw-dropping.
like something I would love to
Hey,
do.
real quick,
All right, we're
quick.
gonna set it up.
Real quick, I just want to point out something, Matt. Do you remember that we bought a 4-pack of the fucking omnidirectional
I know.
treadmills?
Whatever happened with that?
Yeah, where are
Do we
those?
get charged for it?
I was
Hell
thinking-
yeah, we got charged for it.
I was just
We
thinking about
kickstarted
that.
that. Did we ever get it?
I don't. It's not here.
Did you ever check?
not
it?
here.
I bet you just didn't fill out the survey.
No. We filled out
We
the
had like
survey.
$8,000 just sitting there because Freddie didn't fill out his address.
No.
That's what's
Okay,
gonna happen.
hold on.
four of those?
Hold on. Here,
What
I'm
were we
reading
thinking
stuff right
of
now.
four-pack?
They had
A
the Office.
4-pack.
They had the Office 4-pack.
The Office 4.
What is it? Wait,
I don't know what we were thinking. 4
Have you
is
seen the
insane.
trailer for Community Season 6?
Yeah, they have
on
like a
Yahoo?
new, there's like a
No.
newer like version that looks better.
Okay,
Yeah.
to be fair,
What?
they just are in pre-order phase as of like a week ago. So it is still in the process. So obviously they're not.
Benji,
they're
it's
not
like
there
a
yet.
large body harness with a slippery surface. You can walk
So you
on
walk
it,
in
so
place.
it feels like you're walking in
And
VR.
and
And you put that in the Oculus, and
Yeah.
then you're walking in place, but you're walking in virtual reality.
Virtual reality.
Wait, you got a 4-pack of
We
that?
got a 4-pack.
An
Yeah.
Office 4-pack?
I don't
Yeah.
know what we're thinking because we
We weren't.
we
We
have one
weren't.
Oculus.
I remember saying it sounds like a crazy amount of money to spend on something that we
I mean, it
absolutely don't
sounds
need.
cool.
No, I remember it was like an absurd deal though. I don't know what the prices were. You could probably
I
tell
remember
me.
Freddie
I think it was
sold
like $2,000 for one, and like $4,000 or $3,000 for a 4-pack. It was like
Freddie,
something absurd.
yeah, Freddie sold it to us by saying, like, look, we can resell the rest of these and make a profit.
You kind of have to, though. That's a
The
situation.
old magic card
The
argument.
old magic card.
That's a situation though where if you were to like speak with a young you version of yourself
Yeah.
and say like you had an opportunity to buy an Office 4-pack of something as such and explain to him what it was,
Big
and
boy
you're
toys?
like, but I opted not to.
If
He
you're-
would
yeah,
smack.
if
He'd cry. He'd be like, no.
If you're in the position to
It comes with
splurge
me.
on a big boy toy,
got
and then the next step up
you got
option
to.
is the
First
Office 4-pack.
Kickstarter units are expected to ship in March. Okay,
Hey!
you know what? We
So
got-
wait, and so just in time for the Valve, I think Valve dev kits come out like April.
And
so
just in time for our
yeah, but the problem
new
is the
office.
Valve thing is going to track where you are in the room, and this thing just keeps you in one place running.
no,
in-
but that's still gonna be better because even if it tracks you in the room, then you're limited to games the size of your room. Like you still want an omnidirectional treadmill in order to do like Skyrim.
No, but that's my idea, though. I think I told you this.
Oh, yeah,
my
yeah, the
my
Skim
hope is to do like
Sims.
the next Sim City.
Not gonna happen now though.
Not gonna happen.
Maxis
now
is
that
dead.
Maxis is gone and shuttered by EA. But
Yeah, too bad.
in the perfect world, the next Sim City would be you would play as a mayor. You tell the game your room dimensions, and then you
It
would
just
put-
scans it for
It
you.
would or scans it
Yeah.
for you and it tells you where all your furniture is, and then you sit and you put on the VR headset. Imagine this, Benji. You put on the VR headset, and all of a sudden your room is now a lush office with a giant window overlooking your city.
Yeah.
And your desk turns into you can just go, you sit down at your desk and you're calling people
Yeah.
and calling the shots.
Just
and
working.
outside your window, you see
Yeah.
helicopters like bringing in
Your copy.
You
buildings
should
and
play
stuff.
your mayoral desk would have a computer
Yes.
that you play SimCity on essentially.
Yes.
And then you can just look outside your window
You
to
could
see
get
the
up at
city.
any time.
But I feel like you'd essentially just be playing SimCity just
Do you-
in your Oculus.
Do you think then within a couple years, if it's possible, if somebody went for it with one of these Office 4-pack walking future machines, somebody could create a VR scenario where I could do my own like WrestleMania entrance and feel like I was walking out to the ring.
Oh, you could do that
Yeah,
with
man.
one. You don't
Yeah,
need
like
a
I don't
four-pack
even
for
want to
that.
have a
Office
match.
4-pack.
I just want
You need
Yeah.
that.
an
You need-
entrance machine.
do that now.
That
Dude,
you
lets
can
me
do that
just
with
walk.
the starter kit.
Yeah, you can do
Really?
that now.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Because nobody's made
No.
it because nobody's thought to make it. And it essentially just be for
That
you.
would be amazing.
Yeah.
Imagine
An
something that
audience
lets you
of
feel
one.
like an athlete
Yeah.
or a sports star for their entrance or
Yeah.
something. That would just that.
I can't imagine there's a huge market for people want to recreate their own WWE entrance, but there is a niche.
There's
Or you
a-
could
I'll
jump
tell you
in
how big
someone
that market
else's. Like
is.
I could jump
It's
in and be
Benji.
Hogan.
Benji.
yeah.
Oh, be great.
What do you think is going to happen when? I mean, do you feel like it's a problem? The whole like all of our art is just going to be completely indulgent, like literally virtual reality now.
So that's one of the
Yeah,
one
it
of the
might
theories
be.
is that you want to talk about how like a lot of games essentially they have an aspect of pandering to you
Yeah.
and wish fulfillment. And what is it in the world where you can live inside that world? How hardcore does wish fulfillment become in
Yeah.
that world, right? I think so. I think isn't there
I think there's gonna be a problem.
Fermi's Paradox? Have you heard of this?
No.
Fermi's Paradox, I think I have this right. Yeah, the Fermi Paradox is the idea that we know that there's a lot of there's a high probability of Earth-like planets. There should be a high probability of life. Our sun is pretty
it's just-
young,
yeah, okay, yeah.
i.e., we should have had aliens come visit us by now. So why not?
Right.
And that's the question.
Because if you got to that level of technology, you've gone to the level of technology that they're probably all just everybody who could fly to our planet is probably just strapped into giant like utopia drug machines.
Yeah, just
where they're
pumping
just
themselves.
where they're just living in pure whatever simulated
Ecstasy.
ecstasy.
Actually living the dream.
Yeah.
So yeah, or there's any number of reasons,
their
any
choice.
number
But
of theories
everything.
for it, including that maybe by
I
the time
would. I'd be all about it. This stuff is hard sometimes.
Life.
Yeah, like
Life,
it is,
man.
man. Like if you could just hop in a tube and just have a great day, that'd be
Yeah.
fantastic.
So they're thinking maybe
Sign me up. Shut
All right,
me down.
See that?
Turn me
but
off
she
and
just-
sign me up.
I was
dude. How do we
uncertain,
do
but
this?
now I'm just certain humanity's gone.
yeah, we're done.
Doomed.
I feel like most people aren't going to be like very like existential. Like, I don't know, is it really my life if I'm inside of a tube? Most people are just like, fuck it, yeah, I'll just go inside of a tube and be
I don't know.
happy.
Think about it. When you have a sweet dream and you wake up, you want to go back to it. Like, put me back in there.
Here's
Let me
how it
hang
works,
out.
right?
Yeah.
Every species reaches an extinction event. Or at least that's how it works here on Earth.
Yeah.
And we're going to go out somehow, right?
No, but that wouldn't
Might
be
as
us
well
going
be
out.
this ecstasy tube.
Yeah. Party tube.
Party tube.
We'll just be strapped into tubes, living our dreams. Babies will just be extracted from people strapped in tubes. Those
Or
babies
we
will be
achieve-
placed into tubes.
Or we just achieve technical immortality so that there is
You
no more
just
need.
described hell.
I mean,
Like
that's-
the
but
seventh
not
circle
to,
of hell.
but only
not
if you
to
saw it from the
you.
outside.
Yeah.
Not to you.
There's one guy who manages it. It's his hell.
I actually thought that would
Bob
be a great.
has to press the
Bob,
button.
the IT
just
guy.
making sure.
Ah,
I
crap.
actually thought that that'd be a great
Amount of
music.
paper towels.
I actually had that. I once had that as a music video concept, which is all of humanity's inside these like ecstasy pods, but they have one guy who has to like clean up. And it's just like a music video of him
Good
just
D44 episode.
exploring the earth.
Well, we
while
had we
everyone is-
were working on Singularity Jail.
Yeah, that's a
That
little
had,
different.
that had one warden, but it was really just this goofy,
Yeah.
pimple-faced IT guy who manages the server rack. That's it.
I've always thought the
As far as
coolest.
we got.
like shitty. It's like shitty film fans are like pretentious because I feel like on the extreme end of things it makes you feel smart and like you're like, oh, I saw this and this. Whereas shitty game fans are indulgent and they're just like, hey, if it doesn't satisfy me exactly how I want it, it sucks. You suck. If you don't want me to play that, you suck. So then thinking about like what shitty VR fans would just be
Oh,
the
man.
worst. It'd be like, hey, let me have my
Hey, how come
weird-
there isn't just naked chicks everywhere
Yeah.
in this? I
What?
want to see naked people everywhere.
Yeah, it gets dark. It gets dark pretty quick.
It does.
Dark really quick.
Like,
There is light though, gentlemen.
I don't know. It's so dark. I'm not even saying what I'm thinking about how dark it is.
Yeah.
It's really dark. Whatever you're about to say is not gonna make me feel better about what I'm thinking right now.
No,
So what's
I
the
don't know. I
light?
was kind of excited. Did you hear the HBO news?
What?
HBO Now,
Uh-huh.
the app,
Which is?
the standalone streaming app,
Oh, is it out?
will now be available
When?
in April.
All right.
1 month
Finally,
from
I can
now.
watch HBO.
And the price
1
point
month.
isn't too shabby. How much would you think HBO would charge?
$12.99.
Pretty good. Matt,
$15.99 a month.
$15.
I nailed it.
$15.
I meant $14.99. I don't know. I said 50. I
Yeah.
meant $15.
Do
No,
they
I
have,
just want to make sure everybody knew I
Yeah.
was
You
right
guys
on
are
the
both
money.
close. You guys
Do
are
they
both close.
have? Do they have a?
What?
Oh gosh,
No.
I forgot the word. A
No, they
cap.
don't
Oh,
have
a
that.
cap on devices, like playing at the
I
same
don't know.
time.
I didn't see anything in the
Yeah.
in the
Yeah,
trades.
there will
about
be
that.
one account shared by 20,000 people.
Well, I just
I don't
want to
know.
know because that's one of the things I love about Netflix.
That's not
You still
bad.
got the
What's
5
Netflix?
account.
$12.99.
There's a lot
'Cause
of
after a
dead
while,
dollars
if you
on
have-
Netflix.
Yeah,
Sometimes I can't even watch Netflix. Netflix tells me all my friends are on, and I'm tapped out.
I think we're finally off of your Netflix.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're all signed up
on
on
it.
Ashley's Netflix now.
Oh, really?
I'm on it.
Yeah.
All right.
We
good.
have a history of that.
Yeah.
Like we've like throughout college, we all use Mario's Amazon Prime account.
Yeah.
really?
Well, then we all use mine, including like my boss from Disney. Like my Amazon Prime account has, like, without exaggeration, it had like 56. No, it got to
Addresses.
50 because eventually you have to
Delete.
get rid of credit cards to add credit cards. So God Max, there's like 50 credit cards on there, including like my boss, like the VP at Disney, and like all of you guys, multiple Freddies.
Yeah.
By the way, there's like a Jimmy
Every
credit
time I
card,
moved.
my parents. It's a lot. Like
Yeah. Then we all grew up and got our own accounts.
yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Except Jimmy. Jimmy still mooches
Jimmy's
the
still
hell
mooching.
off of me.
Jimmy. I mean, that's what he does. I mean, that's Jimmy. Across the board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was really interesting times. Was just the idea of like, wow, everybody's credit card info is here. Like
Yeah.
nobody
It's
is
right here.
yeah.
Those were the days. Now,
Trust.
now everybody's credit card information is everywhere.
Yeah.
Am I right?
I think,
Am I
one,
right? Am
I
I
think
right?
one of my
Yeah.
favorite Twitter accounts is a Twitter account that just looks for people who have a photo and say my new debit card or my
Oh,
new credit
yeah.
card. All he does is just retweet just
Oh,
people
my
who are like
gosh.
taking pictures of their credit cards.
Oh.
Yeah, you guys are idiots.
Yeah, people are.
Yikes. What are you looking at there?
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Kevin is messaging me about a storyboard that we're doing for.
A thing.
A thing.
We can't really talk
I
about.
can't talk
No,
about it.
side
No.
projects.
Side
Exciting
project,
stuff, though.
super secret.
Speaking
Can't talk
of
about
others,
it. Can't talk about it.
super fun projects, we got that building, right? We were over there
Yeah.
checking out the
Yeah.
new place
I know.
today.
We had a good transition when Benji said.
I'm sorry, I derailed it.
No. It was good though because he said it too soon. I mean, we need to talk more. But now, Benji, can talk about how you were left behind.
I was left behind when all you guys, man.
We took a tour of the new
Yeah.
place today.
Got a new building.
Those
Finally.
not in the know, we just got a new office. Rocket Jump is moving
Yep.
onto greener pastures.
We've been sharing
like
this building.
1.5 blocks
1.5
away.
blocks
Yeah.
away. It's crazy.
We had a building with the Nerdist. They were a blast. It was
They're-
great when it was us and the Nerdist.
Great neighbors.
I'm not saying who's
Love
with
those
us
people.
now. I'm not saying
but
that
it's
they're
not
a problem.
Nerdist, and it's not
Because
fun.
maybe they will listen to this, but we're not the biggest fans of having multiple people. It's also we're losing shit, and by losing shit, I mean clearly people are stealing our stuff.
Yeah.
And we don't really know everybody who's in our building now. People keep coming in and out because we don't own the building. So it's time to move to our own 100% rocket jump only
a
building.
massive warehouse.
A building where you have some control over,
Security.
security.
all controls. It's our building.
It's
It's
like a whole
fantastic.
process because this lease is coming up. Actually, we have to pay rent for 2 buildings this week, this month, which
Ugh.
sucks. But we
Being
had
adults,
a place, we
man.
lost a place. This place was a nightmare to get. We almost ended up just getting this whole building we're in now.
We got real scared because we had found what we thought was our dream place, and then we lost it.
Yeah, but this place is better than
This
that
place is better. We're excited. Everyone's pumped.
Yeah, we brought everybody over except for Benji.
Yep.
I don't know
everyone's
why you
excited
weren't
but
there.
me.
Yeah. Well, hey, you should be excited because there's going to be room. We're going to build a brand new podcast set.
Hey.
Yeah.
Now we're talking.
Yep.
That
Yeah.
does excite me.
Right?
Alex is coming along, hopefully, I believe.
Hopefully,
got
maybe.
a whole room for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got a whole bunch of stuff. So it's about almost 3 times as big as what we have
At
now.
least. It's
Yeah.
got to be. The place is massive.
Parking spaces.
Parking spaces.
Having parking spaces is something I'm looking forward to because I think I'm crossing my fingers that through the end of this lease that I don't get dinged. I think everybody's car has gotten dinged at some point in our parking
Well,
lot.
half the time it's Jamie.
Wait,
Jamie's
Jamie's the one
dinging
dinging?
Jamie dinged me.
Jamie Rocket Jump CFO is
Jamie
dinging-
threw another ding last week.
Wait, what?
Really? Who's he hitting?
Yeah, costume department. He hit one of Lane's vehicles. Yeah.
He has a backup cam. I've driven his car.
Jamie is a dangerous.
No, he doesn't
that
have a
Goody
backup
Honda.
cam.
Yes, he
No,
does. Yes, he does.
Jamie-
Jamie's?
Yeah.
Jamie's
yeah,
a
he has
backup
I think he
camera?
might.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
It's
the
a-
moment
it's a
you have a
sport
backup,
coupe. It's a
the
sport
moment
coupe.
the moment you have a backup camera, any excuse you have is basically
Somebody
gone.
keyed my car in that lot. Somebody
Keyed it?
Keyed the
Keyed
trunk.
it.
I actually got hit.
Probably because we're
and-
talking
and,
crap about our neighbors all the time.
Maybe. I mean, yeah.
I
No,
got, I got
Jamie's
hit
parking
in
on the
lot
street.
a couple
Jamie's not
times.
allowed in the
Yeah.
parking
Get him
lot.
out of here. Hey.
He's parking
The
on
one
the
thing I
street.
am going to miss about Neighbors, or maybe it's just the one thing I really miss about Nerdist, is when Nerdist was around here, you would see just hilarious random things or celebrities doing
Well,
goofy
that was
things.
Nerdist, but the people
Yeah.
that are working with us now are not having
Yeah, they're
random
not doing
celebrities
that.
showing up.
Yeah.
In
Nerdist
any-
They're
already
doing
has
fun.
really
They're
cool
doing
people.
fun, awesome things like booking out a shoot for an entire week without telling anybody.
Yeah, we did have a little bit of drama with the. We did the. I think last time we talked, we were talking about the ball pit.
Which we had
We
now
did the
just
ball
shot.
pit,
Yeah.
which was a blast. But
You see our pictures on our Benji. Where can we see pictures of this?
Instagram, Rocket Jump, Instagram.com/rocketjump.
A lot of pictures of our ball pit.
there's a little bit of
Quarter-million
drama.
balls. Quarter-million balls. It was incredible.
There's a bit of drama between us and one of our neighbors who was shooting like a whole makeup thing in the common area, which they did tell us about, but we also told them pretty far ahead of time that we were shooting a ball pit thing.
Well, there's
The
also there's a difference. There's a
the
difference.
difference, yeah, we're shooting within our office. They're shooting within the common area.
A shared
And-
space.
And it was already tough because they kept telling us to be quiet, which was by quiet, it was just us in the writer's room laughing and like writing.
They're filming next to our writer's room. We're writing a conversational level, well, perhaps a little above conversational
Whatever.
volume.
You
You
come
know,
up with a
and
funny joke, you laugh.
And they're bitching because
Yeah,
we're
it's
laughing.
like, guys,
and it's like
we
I'm
can't-
in my office doing my work.
Yeah, I
Also,
can't
You
like-
should have scouted the location and known that this would be an issue.
This is
Also-
not a stage. This is the common area. You're shooting next to the kitchen where I go down to clean my dishes.
Welcome to Rocket Jump Ventcast.
No, I went downstairs and they're like, no, you have to wait. I'm like,
No, I don't.
no, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'm just gonna do this if you don't mind. Like, I'm just gonna go.
Yeah.
You can't- No, you're not telling me I have to wait to go to the
Yeah,
bathroom.
no, they did the same thing. They
Yeah.
were like, hey, can you wait there? And I just looked at the guy and I kept walking. Like, I don't have
Yeah,
time
it's
for
like,
this.
guys,
I'm not
no,
gonna play
this is my
this game.
office.
I'm going to the bathroom.
We pay rent. You
Yeah,
guys have
it's like
just
it's-
come in. We've been here
again,
for 2.5 years.
It's one thing because here's the thing. Here's the difference, right? Here's the difference. Like if I'm on the street and I see some guys trying to hold up some traffic for a quick shot on the street,
well, they have the right to. They've closed down the street.
and I'm like, all right, that's fine. It's everyone's street.
yeah.
You know, it's like that's fine. And I don't need to go from point A to point B. I can just wait here.
Yeah.
But here it's like I'm going to the bathroom and you're like stopping me from going to
Yeah.
the bathroom. No, and I'm paying rent here. I'm
Yeah.
not paying for the street,
And
really.
and the clear thing is that
You work around us.
there's a stage. They have a stage. They didn't want
They
to pay
chose
for the
not to
stage.
film it.
So, anyways,
Yeah.
yeah, this is ranting. But it came down to the last day they were shooting was also the same day we had to fill up the office.
with balls.
And I guess we had told them originally we were doing it in the PM. For us, the PM meant like 2 p.m.
2 p.m.
And
That's PM.
so
Post, middle,
like
start the day.
It was like a nightmare.
It was a
And I
nightmare.
felt bad because
their AD came over and said, "You guys are fucking us right
yeah,
now."
and I told Asham. Asham was like, guys, they're really pissed. I'm like, Asham, we got to fill up the place with balls. Like,
Yeah,
we
I
I think
can't
the
wait.
fact that it's multicolored
shoot-
balls too made it a
That's
little
great.
bit
It's not like,
harder.
guys, we have an important
just-
business meeting. Listen,
it looks
we need to
worse.
fill our office with balls.
Well, that's what was insane is that we had to shoot. Well, there was the moment we were trying to be respectful and like quiet, but man, the moment we started pouring balls,
It became too much
it
fun.
out of control.
Well,
within
hold on.
30
You
minutes.
haven't heard the coda to that story, have you?
No.
Asham went and asked them, and they're like, "So sorry, we'll try and be quiet." And they're like, "No, we're actually shooting MOS today." They weren't shooting. They weren't.
What?
No. That's what they said, but no, they
No.
kept saying quiet on set, and they were
Yeah.
recording dialogue.
And they were saying it at us.
But
like really angrily
I just
screaming,
remember the
"Stay
specific.
quiet.
I forgot.
Quiet on set."
And
I
no-
was having
no
so much
rolling.
fun pouring those balls in, and the
Yeah.
thing is, we needed to because we were shooting the next day at 6 a.m. And
It was
you
a
can't-
big shoot.
You
It
can't
was-
have art crew sitting there until 9 p.m., 10 p.m., 11 p.m. pouring balls in and then showing up 7 hours later. That's illegal. You can't do that. Like, it's inappropriate.
Yeah.
So it's like we had to start pouring balls in at like 2 p.m. so we could be done in a reasonable amount of time so that people get the
Work
appropriate
in the
amount of
morning.
sleep, you know? Yeah. Good.
Yep.
Being good. Yeah. So,
Yeah,
anyways.
well, what are you gonna do?
But the moment we started pouring balls, I completely forgot about this whole drama because it was so much fun. We were
So
just
much
jumping,
fun.
we were screaming, and I remember this specific moment.
Oh no.
We're just jumping, we're sort of splashing. I'm like jumping off the desk into the balls. People are throwing each other in. There's
Yeah.
about 10 people. Everybody's helping because nobody cares anymore. Everybody's just helping
Yeah.
loading these balls in because it's so much fun.
Yeah.
And I remember like screaming and throwing balls up in the air and like throwing a ball at Anthony and then like sighing and looking around and then looking over our balcony. And right there are like 10 people from the other crew holding lights, staring straight at me. And I realized from their point of view, like, we are a bunch of assholes
Yeah.
with a ball pit.
Yeah.
Like that is the most like that's like you opening up your your lunch bag and getting like a bologna sandwich and looking over to the friend across the table and he's like throwing pudding cups in the air and like eating Skittles. Like they must have been like, God damn it, like I fucking hate my job. Like, and they were just like being like quiet on set.
Yeah.
And we're just
Woo!
screaming. There is no control. I kind of it got to the point where I felt a little bad.
If it weren't so
I don't
much
feel
fun,
bad.
though, I would have felt guilty. It was
Yeah.
just too much
No,
fun.
I mean I felt bad for about the 10 seconds I was looking at them, and then a
Yeah.
ball hit me in the back of the head.
We've
I
all
turned
been there.
around,
Like,
it's
back to the
Benji, and I
party.
started screaming and
Yeah.
jumping again. Like
I mean,
It was great.
It's one of those things where people who do film, one, definitely overestimate how much people give a shit about a little bit of background noise.
Yeah.
Like I've definitely
it's-
been on
yeah.
set, so it'd be like, just roll it, we're fine. They're like, oh, but there's like, I don't care. Just roll it. Like, who cares? Oh, there's a guy flushing a toilet 10 feet, like 100 feet away. Nobody cares. Like, just roll it. Nobody's watching a movie and be like, oh, you know what? You guys hear that toilet flush? Yeah, I bet you someone was taking a dump in the middle of that take.
So, like, you're
I
not
guess
gonna
this movie
replace all
sucks
that
now.
sound anyway, or
Yeah,
mix
who
it out anyway.
cares? So, like, I have a very blasé attitude towards film
be
set.
fair-
as the sound guys will tell you.
To be fair,
Yeah.
when they're
one guy
fixing all the
flushing a
sound.
toilet once or twice is not exactly equivalent to
An entire.
Oh, I mean,
us
yeah, there's no
assholes
way they could have
screaming a
filmed
ball
anything.
pit. Yeah.
Which it wasn't just like
It
a
was 6
lot
hours
of balls. It was, from our understanding, the largest collection of balls
ball
in the
pit
world,
balls
right?
I know
in
we
the
should
world.
have gotten
what?
Gatsby
At
over
that
records.
time.
We're
Wait,
pretty
how do you
sure.
know this?
They don't.
That's
they
what
only
the factory told
the
us.
factory. They only make those to order. There's no place that has that amount.
We're
So
pretty
when
sure
they-
we have the biggest ball pit in
Yeah, like when
history.
they made that first shipment for Roman, they're like, "This is in essence
You have
this
it.
package. It is the
Really?
largest collection."
Yeah.
Of like
Ball
ball
pit
pit
balls.
balls,
Ball pit
in
balls,
one
ever.
area in the world at one time right now. So
Yeah.
like it's in our possession. now.
possession.
Yeah, we should do a measurement of our office and then
Like
send it to
I
Guinness Book of World
thought it would have been
Records.
fun to get Guinness down here and have our like the world's largest office ball pit. Like
I'm pretty sure it's
stamped.
the world's largest ball pit,
Into it.
period.
I mean, it could have been, yeah. It
Yeah,
was,
no,
it's
'cause here's-
official-
I'll tell you this,
that's-
I'll tell you
we
this.
have all, and like,
Yeah.
And here's how
it wasn't even half of all of them either.
This is
No,
the
we used like all of them.
minus
Oh,
2
did
or
you?
3
We
bags.
like
Yeah.
2 or 3 bags. Yeah,
Dude,
so we
no,
definitely had the
it's
biggest.
funny. It's funny that you mentioned that because I remember someone tweet. I was twittering about the ball pit thing, and the guy goes like, "Yeah, but does your ball pit stack up to these guys?" And I was like, "All right, let's see what these guys got." And it was like a Danish like architectural firm that had like filled up a room with balls, like all white balls. And I was like, "Okay," and I was reading,
it's all
and I was
white.
like, I tweeted back, I'm like, "We have literally more than 10 times the balls they have.
Right.
Yeah.
They had 20,000, where it's like we have 240,000. Get on our level."
Wait, they're getting excited about 20,000 balls.
They were getting excited about 20,000 balls.
Man, step
what do they know?
off, son.
I
Step
mean,
off.
Get outta here.
think about it. Chuck E. Cheese or like Discovery Zone, those places are tiny.
Yeah.
It's
like
like one
the ball
bag.
pits there,
One
it's
bag.
like one like that's nothing compared to what we had. Like I think we actually like I'm pretty sure
We
they
used
weren't
like
lying.
47 bags.
Those
Someone
people are like, this is the biggest assortment.
Someone made
we've
a
ever
great.
had.
Someone made a great point. Where they're like, oh, so is this DashCon 2.0? Is that what you guys are doing?
What's DashCon?
I don't get it.
Oh, you don't.
Was that the one where they had
No.
the one tiny little ball pit?
They had the one
Wasn't
tiny
that
little
the
ball pit.
Bronies?
It wasn't bronies. It was.
Sounds like a brony thing.
Tumblr.
Wasn't it started as a-
It was like a Tumblr thing.
Tumblr. Well, it was a big convention, and one of the things they promised was a ball pit.
Uh-huh.
And then when people started going to the convention, these pictures are incredible. It's
Oh, you
literally just
must.
an empty convention room,
Yeah.
and then like 20 people walking around, and then the ball pit was like one of those kiddie pools
Yeah.
Oh.
with like maybe 1,000 balls, and it said like please only be in here for like 10 minutes at a time, one person at a time.
Hold on.
It's just like sitting there in the middle.
I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. When
It's so sad.
Oh no!
I'm showing the picture here.
Oh no! It is exactly as Matt described. It is a kiddie
A
pool
giant
with a few balls in it, and just
concrete
two guys sitting there.
warehouse.
Sadly,
And then people
What
were.
was this for? Where is this? What?
His wasn't it like a
it was supposed to be
crowdfunded convention?
Big convention.
It was a real.
A real shame.
real fucking flop.
A real
That's
thing.
what it was.
Is what that was. It's.
Oh,
It was a convention. That's we will not belabor this one because it's
that's amazing.
punch up, not down in comedy, and talking about DashCon is definitely punching down.
True.
But definitely read
Whoa.
about it. It was a very interesting story of what happens with a crowd-funded event, which is, I mean, it went about as well as you would expect, which is not that well at all. Anyway, more. We'll take a quick break here. We'll be right back.
Let's do that.
More ball pit madness. Maybe not. We'll talk a little bit more. There's only
Got
one
some
way to
other
find out.
stuff.
Hang out.
We should get a jingle for the breaks.
Jingle
So it's like Facerocker.
goes
And
here.
then
Hey guys, Freddie here. Want to tell you very quickly about a couple things that we're doing. Number one, we are still doing some live events at the LA Public Libraries. Head on over to rocketjump.com. We have a couple more seminars, editing and visual effects coming up on Wednesday evenings. So if you're in the LA area, check out rocketjump.com to see when and where we're doing these little live seminars. Anyone can join, free to the public. Listen to us yammer about some of our favorite filmmaking topics. Number two, the Facerocker Podcast is available now. In addition to being on YouTube and iTunes, which you should subscribe to if you haven't already, we're also up on SoundCloud. If you head on over to soundcloud.com/rocketjumpofficial, you can get all the Facerocker podcasts there. You can comment on it with the thing in the middle of the thing. I don't know how SoundCloud works, but apparently a lot of people listen to things on SoundCloud. So if you're not subscribed to us already on iTunes and you hate Apple and iTunes, maybe you'll like SoundCloud. Check it out. SoundCloud.com/rocketjumpofficial.
Ain't nothing wrong with
Hey
spitting-
man, I'm just saying
some truth.
That's just Matt
It's just
Arnold.
America.
MC, just MC Arnold. burning in bars.
rants on www.truth.org.
Follow him on
I
Matt
ain't
L.
ranting.
Arnold on Twitter. Nothing but the hardest rants 24/7. Honest rants from an honest guy. Nothing but the truth.
Hey, if you
Nothing
don't
but the
like it,
truth.
don't listen. That's
Don't
all I'm
listen.
saying.
Don't
Don't
listen.
like it, don't listen.
Matt Arnold will be signing truth autographs at Goody Honda in Alhambra, California.
Oh man, one of the best tweets I saw recently was hey, hi, hey, first
First time listener, long time.
no,
First time listener.
First time listener, long time listener.
no, long time baller, first time shot caller. No, first time shot caller, long time baller. Yeah.
That's right. Hit the chuckle button.
Ah. Oh, Matt, get off of this. Get off this. Something
we were
positive. Tell
off
me
of
something
it.
positive that's happened
Yeah,
to you in
let's-
your
But
life.
it's all been positive. We got a new building. We got 7 nominations. Benji didn't get to see the new building, which is funny.
Benji's on
Yeah.
his way out, everybody.
Yeah, is there a positive? Do I still have a job?
we got cool. I mean, we got the ball pit video coming out. We got cool secret
Man,
video that we can't talk about.
I'll say this:
that maybe nobody will ever see.
We just finished a new D44 script today.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
and
you
we
were all
are
smiles.
so amped.
Yep.
It's so good. We got that show. We're almost done writing, and it is awesome.
We just gotta be able to get to the point where we can officially announce and talk about that show. Well, we can talk about it, but like I want to be like, yo, D44 is coming out.
It's coming out.
I mean, it's coming out, but
It's coming out. We just don't have a date right now.
Awesome, Matt. Awesome.
yeah. Well, that's what I mean. I want everybody to be excited about D44 because it's coming out in a super official capacity. Because we're all excited about D44 because the new scripts are freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Um,
That they are.
yeah, I don't know. It's
Very
all positive
exciting
over
times.
here. Yeah.
Good stuff.
You're pumped about the written word. Fantastic, guys. Good work.
Yeah.
What?
No, I'm saying good work.
Okay, I couldn't tell if that was sarcastic.
I kind of
sensed-
thought.
Yeah,
you know,
that's what I thought.
kinda-
I thought it was bringing it down a notch. That's what I thought was happening there.
I thought it was happening.
Yeah.
I thought we were about to move this table. And it was about to go down.
No, I thought it was the end of the world over here.
Playing Monster Hunter.
So I got a DS. So real quick,
Pause.
I got a new DS,
All right.
and I was really pumped because I'm like, all right, here we go. Everyone's a big fan of the DS. I got the new one, the red. I got the red one. At first, I didn't think I'd like the red, but the red's
Looks
kind
great.
of
It's
cool.
It's like a candy apple.
It's like a
hot
real,
rod
yeah, it's like
color.
a real car
Yeah.
red, like a Ferrari. I'm like, this is cool. I don't know what to do on it.
Wait,
I
Play
literally
how do you know
games.
what to do on it?
like, what do I
You play games,
Name
son.
name a game.
Fire Emblem,
What's
Kid
that?
Icarus,
What's that?
Smash Brothers, Mario Kart.
I tried
New
Smash Brothers.
Link
Super
Between Worlds.
Mario World 3.
Mario
Link
Kart
Between
7.
Worlds, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask.
I was just kind of
Luigi's Mansion, Dark Moon, personal favorite of mine.
Yeah, you like that one?
Pop it in.
Well, here's the problem. I just keep going back to my Vita to play Binding of Isaac.
Oh my! I mean, sure, that's a great game.
Where's my Vita?
The Vita has turned into a $400 machine that just plays Spelunky and Binding of Isaac.
But is
that's
that
it.
that's not the best way to play it though?
It's the best way when I'm on the airplane.
Oh yeah, when you're on an airplane, but you gotta play those games. I played Binding of Isaac up on my PS4. You know,
Yo, you PS4 that, bro?
I PS4 that man.
Dad.
I got my Binding of
What
Isaac.
game
know
have
what
you
you're
what
talking
game have you purchased the
I don't know any of
most?
Purchased the most?
Yeah, I have
Yeah,
mine.
just over and over again.
Oh, I mean, it's without a doubt Walking Dead, Telltale
Yes!
Games.
Walking Dead season 1.
Hey, you know what? I
You're
haven't beat it.
exactly right.
I haven't gone past the second chapter. I have it on the iPad. I have it on the Wii. I have it on the PS4. Maybe that's the only three things. Oh, and then I just bought it, and then I bought the physical copy for the PS4, like when it was on sale for like $20.
I've had trouble downloading that game like 10 times.
I own that
and
game.
I lose my download and I have to rebuy it.
I've
Re-download
I've
it
probably
before I
spent
wipe my
$140 on that game.
Yeah, like everybody who's talking
Stupid.
about anybody who's talking about the sales of that game needs to take into account that they've somehow suckered people into buying that game 8 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't. You have to divide that number that they sell by the real sales of that game divided by like 8.
Hey, kudos. Kudos
Yeah,
are in
well
order.
done.
Smart.
I just
learned
don't-
my lesson.
It's really insane to me, like, because I realized when I was buying it on my iPad for like, and that was the 5th time I had bought it. like,
Yeah.
and I stopped. I was like, wait a minute.
You're not gonna play it again. It's
Why
gonna
am
be
I
the 5th
doing
time you
this?
don't play it.
Well, no, I was
Yeah.
like, why am I doing this? And I was like, what? Well, because I want to play it, and like, and in my head, I'm like, I'll be traveling,
Yeah.
and I'll
Yeah.
be able to
I'll do it
use
then.
it here, and I'll be able to play it. What a dumb idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
XCOM, I think I bought twice, 3 times. I bought it physically, and then I lost it, and then I bought it on Steam again.
Well,
And
you
then
have
I
that
bought it
weird.
on-
You have that weird habit sometimes of pre-ordering and then forgetting that you've pre-ordered.
Yeah, I've occasionally because sometimes I'll do just because I'll use my Amazon card just to buy everything for a year and then just pay it off and then do the same thing. Like I just pre-order all games at once, so there's no entrance financing. I just here is all the games I'm gonna want this year. But then sometimes what happens is I've ordered on Amazon and I don't remember. I buy it, come home excited, pop the game in, knock on the door, mailman, open the package. What did I get? Same game I just bought and put it in the PS4. So then I just
I
got to
do that with
return it.
movies all the time. I don't do that
Yeah.
with video games, but with movies.
Yeah, I've done it with movies
I've got
for
like
sure.
15 copies of Halloween.
Yeah.
Really?
15
Keep
copies of
forgetting.
Halloween. One time, I don't know how I did this. I accidentally purchased Day of the Dead 6 times on Amazon.
I remember that. I
I
remember
got
that.
a crate of Day of the Dead. Just stuck with it. If anyone wants the Day of the Dead, tweet at me. It's all yours.
That's
Yeah, I
great.
do that with movies constantly.
Yeah, I've done that occasionally
Yeah.
with movies for sure.
I-
It's called being dumb.
Yeah.
There needs to, yeah, well,
That's why I don't have a savings account.
Yep.
No
turns out your
savings.
Roth IRA got turned into 4 copies of Day
4
of the
copies of
Dead.
Day
I
of
don't
the
trust
Dead.
banks, so I just keep all my investments in
I keep all
unopened
my
DVDs.
I'll
And
keep
magic
all
cards.
my monies
Magic cards.
flying at my Amazon card purchase bill.
I do have enough magic cards. I do consider a rainy day account. I'm if I really need to, I could sell. If we can't afford to pay for our new building because we're all personal guarantors on that. Nothing makes me feel more like a grown up. Where it's sign this paper. If as a company you can't pay rent on this building, you are personally liable
Matt
for
Arnold.
hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Oh, boy.
Yep.
That one hit me like a
But you
punch
and-
to the gut, man.
That
That
was
was
big grown up.
that was,
I'm married, so I'm I had to bring Ashley into that too.
that was one of the scariest things
Trust
I've ever done is signing
trust
that paper.
this dumb company that your husband is in charge of. Otherwise, we're both screwed
Yeah.
financially.
That's so awesome, man. That must be That must be like so much trust between you and your significant
Usually,
other.
you try to have some level of trust before you get married.
I would
Yeah.
imagine
It's a good.
clutch.
I mean, I'm not.
It's one of
I'm
those.
not a couple. I'm not a
she
relationship
checkboxes.
expert.
So if we
Trust.
so if we go belly up, she's coming down with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
That's hilarious.
Hey,
Right.
that's how it works, though. If we're going down, we're bringing everyone with
Yeah,
us.
we're doing everyone.
Rising tide raises
If I
all
could sign
boats.
more
yeah,
people, if I could sign
Tsunami
more
sinks
people
the
on,
whole harbor,
if I
baby.
could get
down.
if I could get my brothers, if I could get my parents, if I could get everybody on that train, I would. I'd bring everybody down. If we're going down, everyone's going down. But we're not gonna go down, right?
I hope not.
No.
Right.
Otherwise,
there's going to be a whole lot of content coming out of this company, right, guys?
Yeah.
Right,
Right, guys? Right, guys?
Right?
We're gonna start doing a lot more.
NVIDIA, we apologize, please. We need a sponsorship deal.
NVIDIA, you
Who
really
else?
blew our minds at the
Coca-Cola.
presentation.
Man, making movies is
Coca-Cola,
expensive.
Goody Honda, thank you, as
Gouda,
always.
Goudy Honda. It's
Goody.
not Gouda.
No,
It's
it's
Gouda
Goody.
cheese
Goody.
and Goudy Honda.
Goody.
Man, I'm gonna put us. I'm gonna put us on the spot. Should we talk about this? I'm
Uh-oh.
gonna throw it out there right now.
Now what?
Talk about what?
I was gonna talk about Kickstarter, Indiegogo.
Oh yeah, I was typing up actually the response. So real quick, let's take it down.
Let's
a notch.
address this.
Let's talk
shy.
real for a second.
You know,
Let's talk real talk.
Get real.
Here's some
Kickstarter,
truth.
Indiegogo,
Get real.
Well,
We-
this is Indiegogo.
Indiegogo. We screwed up. Like that's a fact.
Yeah, look right
That's
there.
not funny. We screwed up.
We apologize.
And let me give you a little bit of history. And what I'm about to say does not excuse our screwing up, but for
Does
those
not
of
leave
you,
this room.
and for those of you who are
Right.
curious, this
no,
is
I won't say anything anyway.
this is the reason why we screwed up.
No, it's good to talk about because we've done it 3 times now, and every time's been different.
Yeah. So the first time we did it all ourselves. We there was a it was like a warehouse. It was all volunteers, and everyone packed stuff up and shipped it out of a warehouse out in Burbank. That was the first time, season 1, the Kickstarter for that.
That had its own problems.
That had its own problems
Sure.
because shipping stuff came back, no customer service. It was items
It's very expensive
limping in, very very expensive that way. Okay,
and
that's
time consuming.
Season 2, we tried a different way, and we tried going through our 100%
merchandise
through our
company.
merchandise company, Amplifier, and that worked, but it also had its own problems. It was there was
Even
it was-
more expensive.
It was way more expensive. Time wise, was a little bit slower. It was kind of trying to get all the pieces together. There was a very specific way, coordinating, putting everything there. Okay, so for third season, we thought, okay, let's take the best parts of season 1 and season 2. Logical so far. Let's take what was good about season 1. We'll fulfill some of it ourselves.
Gives us more control over it. If there's a problem, we can take care of it. When it was Amplifier, like we may not know there's a customer service problem until
Right.
much later.
And
Everything was
then
out of
number
our
2,
hands.
and then other stuff. Amplifier did a good job for a lot of the stuff, so let's have them do that stuff again. All good, all ready to go. Throw into this mix also 2 more shows that we're trying to get out and looking for investment and looking for building. All this stuff piled together led to a little bit of a clusterfuck. And then it's not really, clusterfuck's a little bit glorified for it, but what it really came down to was we were
Well, there's
In
a few things that happened. And I brought it a little bit on the right. We're in a transitional phase. The moment after VGHS was done, which was one later than any of the other seasons, so it's closer to the holidays, which is already a problem because people are leaving during the holidays. We had just also brought on a bunch of full-time employees to start working on these other 2 shows. As you know, we're in the middle of the Lionsgate deal, so that was going on. Instantly, essentially, Des is working primarily on D44. There's a Who show coming. Me and Freddie are trying to essentially learn how to be managers of a company and starting to do all this other stuff that's happening. We didn't go with Amplifier necessarily. Which we can't really talk specifically about what happened, but we had another deal that we're essentially planning on it happening for the merchandise also, right?
but at the very
That-
last minute.
That fell through.
Yeah.
For something completely where essentially the company's parent company is a whole bunch of crazy stuff that's completely outside of our hands, fell through. Doesn't excuse a bunch of the other stuff that we did incorrectly leading into that, which is
But
we were
puts us in
trying
a tough spot. And so really what it comes down to is
we were trying to hire a merch person full time. That person has another full time job.
so anyway, what it really comes down to is sort of 2 things. Number 1, we were in a position where we were trying to save as much money as possible to, obviously you don't want to just spend boatloads of money on shipping this out.
Oh yeah, because it'll still essentially cost. Again, we make it's $800 or about $900,000 minus what Indiegogo takes. The fulfillment it's going to cost about $400,000. Like
Yeah.
you're essentially talking about half of the money,
Yeah. So
which we still need to release our postmortem.
Yep. So there's that side of it, and also a lesson to be learned here, which is if you ever have the chance to go fully assed into something, if you have the option in front of you, you can either go 100% and take the hit now, or you go 50% and try and spread that out and take the hit a little bit later. always take the hit now. Always go
Yeah,
fully.
You're always gonna get burned if you half-ass.
Fully commit.
Yeah.
Even if it hurts you in the short term, because what you don't see and what you can't measure is how it hurts you in the long term. So, sincere apologies on our end for some of the delays in shipping in terms of getting the items together. We are working through it. We have a very clear timeline laid out, which we'll be communicating to all of you loyal Indiegogo backers in the coming couple of weeks here, as we also try to figure out moving offices and stuff like that. But rest assured, stuff is going out. The loot crates should be out. At this point, I'm seeing some tweets from people getting them in.
Those are just
those are in the air or already hopefully on your doorsteps. And we were able to get one of the things we were trying to push for on the loot crate, which we're very excited about, which is an actual napalm energy drink inside of it. And I don't know what it tastes like, but I would probably recommend that you guys don't drink it because those things are gonna be rare. We only did it once.
It'll be worth tons of money, just like
your magic cards, just like your axes, just like everything else that Matt collects. But anyway, point is, we have a plan going forward. We've definitely made some mistakes coming up and setting this stuff up for this season, and for a number of reasons, all of which are inexcusable. But you guys should know about those reasons and know the reason, sort of the background for it. And yeah, again, not an excuse for anything, but that's sort of how it's played out. It's taken much longer than we had hoped and expected, and hopefully we make things right for you.
Yeah,
guys.
I feel like it's. We always try to do our best to always be transparent about what's going on in the company, and unfortunately, we've taken too long in the post-mortem also because I think people see it as like they got $900,000, they're not doing the fulfillment, they're like spending that money or who knows what, and it's like no, we're gonna put out the post-mortem. You'll see the budget of the show came in at like $2.5 million. So, all the Kickstarter, all the Indiegogo money, super, super useful, a fifth of the budget when it's all said and done outside of the fulfillment. And yeah, it is very much all we're trying to do is find a way to be able to make more VGHSs and more content, which is why you've seen more stuff like the 90s commercial and the Kingsman video and this upcoming video, is that we're trying to find a way to make our company stable and have more employees so we can make more great content and not constantly do crowdfunding and other things.
Yeah. So
and
we're learning. It's learning how to multitask, because if it was just one thing at a time and everyone's focused on one thing, then yes, everything would run, but it would be years between releases of things.
It's a big difference between the three of us making videos every week and having 15, 20 full-time employees trying to make
a whole bunch of things.
Major shows while also
stuff.
doing shorts.
Look,
and fulfillment.
To use the metaphor, we're juggling a lot of balls, and we dropped.
And we're dropping balls, but it's okay. It's okay. Matt's got hacky sack skills. He's gonna kick them right back, and we're gonna keep juggling them for you. All right. Well, listen. I think that's a good conciliatory note to end on, I guess. Thank you everybody for listening. Thank you for if you haven't been subscribed on iTunes, highly recommend the iTunes experience. It's better audio quality, by the way. I've tested it out. Sounds better. You get my sonorous voice through your car speakers. Really? Yeah, better quality, better sound. So check us out on iTunes, Facerocker Podcast on iTunes. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. Special thanks to Benji Dolly, podcast producer, as well as Alex Reeves, mix master, engineer, Point of Blue Studios in the other room, the man on the wheels of steel himself, and the true American citizen, Alex Reeves. Thank you very much, everybody.
Do we want to do one last, are we looking for a new intro song?
New intro songs.
Yeah.
Hit us up.
If anybody makes anything good enough, we'll use it.
Assuming we'll pay for it.
And we're gonna hook you up.
Yeah, we'll hook you up. We'll pay for it.
Yeah, we'll pay for it.
How much?
Probably
me in the
I
budget?
don't want to make a promise,
What kind of
but
budget
I
you giving
guarantee
me
at
here?
least
We'll
$100,000.
talk about that later.
What?
Whoa,
Oh,
no,
$100.
100.
Okay.
Yeah.
1,000.